Good evening to all of you. My dear friend and the President of the Indian Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Rajesh, and our fraternity and whose associate with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Mr. Kailash Jain, and the past presidents present here, and committee members, and the special invitees, and also the council members. It's a great honor given to me to just present my view on what is the latest income tax 2025. I must be thankful to the President who has given me this opportunity to just overview about the Income Tax Act 2025. We all know that the 1961 Income Tax Act prevailed up to 1st April 2026, maybe on 31st March 2026. The now new act is going to be guiding us how to file your income tax return, what type of deductions you have to follow, what are the provisions that are going to be applicable for your business, salary, capital gain, income from other sources, and all other items. While presenting this bill in the Parliament, the Honorable Finance Minister very rightly mentioned that this new act is not going to policy changes. It is going to be bring out a very easy compliances. You see, the 1961 Act, prior to that 1922 Act, after a long period in 1961, they have brought out the Income Tax Act. And every year, there is always an amendment. Maybe section 22 will be there, started with section 22. Next year, they added section 22A. Then again 22AA. Then 22AAA. So like that, every section of the Income Tax Act completely modified by adding a further new sections based on the decision rendered by the High Court, Supreme Court. Some Supreme Court will take a decision, this income is not liable to pay tax. For example, there is a non-compete class. People have got the money for non-compete. People have started their industry, they have with a brand value, and matter has gone before them. When I am retiring from my business activity, I want hand over my business to somebody. So I created a brand value. I worked for the business for about so many years. I may not have a succession to carry out the business. Or somebody is interested to take over my business and brand value. I will enter into an agreement with them. It's a non-compete agreement. When it is that I will not compete with you, I will not start any business. Like that, they have entered the entire money of his lifetime, whatever brand granted, he got his non-compete fees. The government has taken this non-compete fees has to be paid. Income tax to be paid on that and a value of certain rate. The matter went up to Supreme Court. Supreme Court has very clearly mentioned that the asset created by the step by step and every year is a brand value. Non-compete for about 5 years, it is a competition restriction is there. It is not against the fundamentals of the Constitution granted. Nobody can say you will never do business against me. That is not possible. That is not allowable agreement. But at least for 5 years or 7 years, I will not compete with you. You give me some amount. Matter went up to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, yes, it is not taxable. The next year they have taken, it has to be taxed. Like that, many decisions by the Supreme Court, although the High Courts have given, they started, no, it should not be allowed. So that they amended the Income Tax Act every year. For example, charitable institutions. Charitable institution next week, you please kindly attend that program because many of we are having a charitable institutions. The charitable institution started with a very small way, an amendment. What is that you receive the money, you pay that 85% of your income should be applied for charitable purposes. Otherwise, you keep it in a deposit, within 5 years period you can spend on that. Then their definition started with what is a commercial activity. Like Chamber of Commerce is organizing a program, after some of them are organizing a program, then started with commercial activity should not be more than 20%. Otherwise, it will be taxed on that. Certain time you have to explain where you got the donations. Then they are not able to explain the details of the donation. They started working on that levy of anonymous donations. When you go to a temple, there will be a box. That box, somebody will put the money. Nobody knows where that money is going to come. Then they have decided in that the religious trust, non-religious trust. The trusts which are running institutions, they are running schools and colleges. They have an income about 5 crore, they can be given an exemption. They need not go for filing of returns or all these things. Later on, the law evolved in such a manner. Every aspect of the trust has been completely they have taken into consideration. It should be in a very strong way. If it is a small violations, if they found any violation, the trust will lose its exemption, then there will be a accredited tax. If there is no tax, no approval is there, your entire asset value has to be taken on that date of losing an exemption, and you have to take a fair market value. For example, the buildings, so many things will be there for about 20 years, 30 years they constructed. If it loses the exemption, the fair market value of the tax, the building value, land value, everything should be on the date of losing, you take it up, pay 30% tax on that. Who is going to pay the tax? Many people have started with Kalyana Mandapams. Only Kalyana Mandapam, they are not having any charitable institutions. The courts have interpreted if you are doing that type of an activity, you will lose the exemption. You will be doing a commercial activity. Recently, many cases have been, even next week, you can see that Prince Pramanand has passed many orders on that. If you look into the matters, if there is an activity is only for renting out the Kalyana Mandapam, but though the property in the name of the trust, it cannot be considered the objective of the trust has been fulfilled. So like that, many cases. The matter went to the Supreme Court relating to a huge amount of an income earned by this trust. For example, an institution started with a view to get a capitation fees. Lot of colleges, medical colleges, they have received the capitation fees. When you receive the capitation fees, even if the assessee, the person who has paid the money, if they able to deliver that I have given a capitation fees for my son and bishop, the court has taken a view, then it has to lose its exemption. Like that, many discussions have taken place relating to capital gain, relating to a charitable institution. The number of amendments. After seeing that, we the chartered accountant, we are unable to read the entire provisions. There are explanations. They say this, what are that you have to do that, agricultural income, and then provided that following explanation will come. Notwithstanding any other provisions of the Act, apart from every section has been considered in such a manner, I have to read 10 sections, then I have to give you an answer. It is not possible for an individual or a small taxpayer to understand what is a tax law. That is why the government has taken a view, there should be a simplified law. It has to come to the India, and anybody can read the law and they can understand the provisions. Still I have a doubt on that. There may be an A, B, C, 80G, 86, 80, 12A, 12A, B, 12A. So many decisions are there. Now they are made 12, 13, 14, 15. Same provisions are going to be there. Is it possible? There may be no explanation straight away. These are the income, you have to pay tax. These are the income, you have to pay tax. Like that it's going to come in these provisions. But I have a still doubt about that. And people may be able to understand the simple law or not. The two important points now we have to read about that. If many of them are going to a doctor, before going to the doctor, they are just going to the Google or AA. If there is a small headache, the people are now interested to know what is an AA says. If you just put an AA, I am having a left side headache for about 8 days. The Google that AA will give you about 10 reasons. Maybe because of cancer, maybe because of certain block in your mind, maybe because of some other issues, then you will scared of it. Immediately you have to run to the doctor. Doctor will give you a simple medicine of one small medicine, Zolo, he will give you. 3 days it will be alright. But still you will not convinced. You will go and ask my BP is today this one, what is my next BP? So like that people are using this AI for learning about income tax, learning about GST, learning about, it's okay, but don't follow that approach. It also has an inherent reason for giving a wrong information. Like that, many people have started. So now this new law has come. Let us verify that how the new law has come. I am not going to explain everything provisions because it will be very difficult to answer everything. I will just put some few points. Why there is a new law is required. The income tax 1961 underwent 65 amendments. There are about 4,000 changes. So 1961 onwards, Now the 4,000 changes, how an ordinary person, businessman and small person can understand that? We chartered accountant attending the seminars, conferences, budget programs, everything, we will get an information from an expert and go and discuss with the client. It will be very difficult for them to convince certain matters. Like that, our, what is the jewelry? That president is there? Yes, sir. I discussed about that jewelries. About this gold and this thing. Very long back we have given also suggestions. The gold prices are going up. Let us have one amnesty scheme. Huge amount of golds are in India. Of course, all the families are keeping the gold as an investment or for family purpose, so many things. You given one amnesty scheme today itself. Those who are having a gold, they can declare it. So far they have not declared to the income tax department. Pay 10% tax on that. They cannot pay 30%. Pay a simple 10% tax on that, as if the 12.5% was the capital gain tax. Take it 10% on that. After declarations, you tell them keep this gold in the Reserve Bank custody for about 3 years or 5 years. Then money will come, gold will come. What you have as a suggestion can be implemented. Government will get revenue. The gold which are not used has been declared, and it come to the main economy. They can deposit all these things. In fact, last year the gold bond, there is an amendment has come. Whereas the gold bond investors, they can sell it, they can claim a capital gain exemption. The amendment has come. If in between, before this maturity period, if you transfer it to somebody, that is that the other person is not eligible to claim the capital gain tax and the exemptions. So that means you are discouraging the transfer of gold bonds. So like that, some of the items which you can focus on, we are encouraging our clients, customers. You go to the gold bond investment, disclose your asset, pay 10% tax, then you can deposit with the government for that period. It can be used by the government for the economic purposes. That is the one suggestion you can also consider that. We just debated on that point. So like that, there are a number of issues coming up before the government. Now there is a requirement of all this saving method we have to go, and there will be a saving method of our petroleum and all these things. So that 4,000 amendments, that is why they have given a model simplified. It is not an act, is not going to be a new law. It's only a same old law with the numbers changed. Then you can see the simplified and clarity, redundant provisions eliminated. For every provision there will be number of interpretations. What is an agricultural land? I have to explain it. Within the 8 kilometers with corporations, if you are selling an agricultural land, you have to pay capital gain. Then a question has come nowadays, there is no assessment directly with the assessing officer. Only faceless assessment. Somebody sitting in the Chandigarh will ask, what are the agricultural activities you have carried out? You have to get a reason and you have to give it to them. Have you paid, have you purchased the fertilizer and all these things? You have to give the fertilizer details. Then have you done any of these workers' payment have been paid? Then you have a VSI PF for the workers. Where is an agricultural land owner can go for a VSI PF? Where is that agricultural activity can be carried out? But unfortunately, these are the questions come. Finally, they get decision. It is not an agricultural land. There is no agricultural activity. There is no. This is not to be considered agricultural land. Then you have to pay capital gain tax. Like that, it is there that nowadays there is an investigation. The department has a very strong investigation mechanism. Somebody says, I am selling in my agricultural land, I am having all my evidences for agricultural land is cultivated, at Sitta, Adangal, Patta, everything is available. I am disclosing my agricultural every year in my income tax return. But if you file it, the department has the power to take on Google Map. They can identify whether there is a barren land or agricultural activities happened or not. Today somebody claims the wrong claim as an agricultural land, but it's now agricultural activity. It has been automatically, they have a system, AI-driven Google Map will be, they can take it up. They can ask you the question that will happen. Similarly, this Act 2025 investigation. Today you are posting in your Instagram. Today you are posting in your Facebook. I am in USA. I am in Singapore. I am in the Canada. All these things with family, you are putting all these things. Automatically, it has been checked by the income tax department by AI-driven methodology. Then next week you may get a notice. As per your income tax return, you have disclosed only 12 lakhs. But you have traveled all over the world. Where is the money? Yes, sir.
Same department will agree, A driven of I have a drone survey of my land and showing photographs, videos to substantiate my income, as you were telling about your client or something. So sometimes they rise, which is not suiting to the industry standard. They will agree that points also.
Yeah, they agree. In that case, it's agree. For example, I have discussed with in coffee, Arabica coffee. When the income tax officer is sitting in the AC room, you may not know the difference between Arabica and what is this. We put about 10 days of research work on that. What is Arabica and other coffees? How much this will sell in the open market? What is the market for other coffees? So that we have to match it everything. Because you may not go and personally explain it. Everything on faceless. Somebody sitting in Assam will be looking up all your returns. Like that. So there is a need for keeping evidences. WhatsApps earlier, the previous act, WhatsApps are not evidences. Today WhatsApps are evidences. The loose sheets are not evidences earlier. They're called dumb documents. It cannot be considered. Today loose sheets is also in evidences. Under the 2025 Act, if a person comes for survey, the earlier act they can see only your books of accounts. Today they have an enormous power has been given. Go to your computers, go to your cloud, you can detail everything. They can take a copies, everything. They can clone immediately your mobile phone. They can take everything. That is a law that can be considered as an evidences. So this 2025 is giving enormous power for the income tax department. Put into their effort to your privacy. You cannot claim my privacy has been. You are entering into my privacy of right under the constitution, but it is an exemption given to the income tax department. They have a right to verify all your cloud, computers, mobile phones of your whole family and also their verification. Automatically it will be taken by them. Majority of them available with them. So today you file a return, all your bank details to be given. Earlier, when filing a return, we just see that there is the income tax department website we can download. There are about 20 banks. Last 2 years back, we have never disclosed the 20 banks because now any transaction, anything now, all are linked. Automatically, everything comes in the website of the income tax department. Then we found out 10 house income you have disclosed in this one regular return. For 5 residential properties, income is disclosed in some other things. So far, they have not disclosed it. So like that, they have started that, given an opportunity to verify all these things. They started with 13th February 2025, then it went to all the parliamentarians, then finally it has come 1st April 26 onward, the Act. 536 sections. There are about 536 sections. Now it is there. Earlier it is 819 sections of the Income Tax Act. Then there is about 47 chapters, the 33 chapters, now there is a 47 chapters has come, 47 to 23. There are about 16 schedules, because every time you have to read some other places. Now they have given what is the depreciation, what is the tedious provisions, what are the provisions applicable for charitable institution. Separate chapters they have given. Otherwise you have to go to the section, read the section, come to the rule, then go to the other decision rendered by all these things. Now they have given one page, every schedule you can see that you can see the different type of an explanation for every activities. There are about 16 schedules. The 16 schedules give you what is a business exclusion, aggregate income, depreciation rate, specific expenditures. That you can read that one, what you can understand that. Otherwise, every section you need not go there. Then presumptive taxation, capital gain, cost formulas, then deductions, individual tax rates. There is another two sections are there. The schedules are there. You can identify that. Presumptive taxation, those who are not able to maintain by a certain level of up to 10 crore, those who are keeping it as a cash payment, other than cash payment, they can declare it 8%, 16%, whatever they can decide. Professionals can, doctors, chartered accountants, advocates, if they are not maintaining books of account, to a certain level they can disclose it, 50% of their income, and then they can pay the tax, all these things. There is a corporate tax, the same corporate tax is prevailing, there is no changes. And then you take penalty, quantification, fair market value. If you are transferring a property, for example, you put property, residential or land, there is section 50C under the current act. What it says, if you are transferring a property less than the guideline value, the person you purchase that less than the guideline value has to pay a tax on the difference between the original value, actual value, and the guideline value as an income. 30% will be taxed in his hand. Similarly, a person is transferring an asset, selling the land or building. He has to pay 20% of the earlier, now 12.5% of the capital gain tax on the difference also. Even though he has mentioned about, say, I have received 1 crore, my Gullion value is 2 crore. He has to pay the tax on 2 crore, not on 1 crore. So that sections are separately they have given. You can able to identify, understand that. There is a business expenditure, aggregate depreciation rate. Each one is having a different details. So there is a schedule. Any person can read it. What I am going to pay capital gain tax. Just take that particular chapter, you can read it. That is why they have, earlier it is not that. 1961 Act, you have to go to a particular section and read all the provisions. There will be an explanation, outstanding, explanation to the explanation that only we can understand. Chartered accountant, tax consultants can understand. An ordinary person can understand. At least now the books are available. Just go to the chapter and then verify it. What is the computation of the capital gain? What is it? The incomes are not taxed, but all the income has to be taxed. That can be simplified way they are given on that. TDS is always the biggest problem for us. Whenever you are paying money to your contractor, you are paying the salary. So many things are there. TDS, there is about 194I, IEA, 194M, 194.5, 195, 190C. So many things are there. That's like completely a different rates. You are not able to understand it. Now they are structured in a mega consolidation of all the 43 TDS. Now they brought it to be a single form of understanding on this TDS in the world. That because TDS, if you are not paid the TDS, what is an impact? If you are not paid the TDS, that income 30% will not be allowed as an expenditure. You are not paying a TDS, then automatically it will not be allowed. Section 43B, the current section, you all aware of it. What is that one? If you are not paid the ESI PF relating to your employees, not employer, employees contribution, if you are not paid within the due date, then automatically that amount will not be allowed as an expenditure. Like that, MSMEs. Last 2 years, you must have seen MSME. The payment comes in part 3 MSMEs. If you are not paid the payment within the due date of the MSME time limit under the Act, MSME Act, say about 15 days, if there is no agreement, if there is an agreement up to 45 days, and if it is not paid within the financial year, that will not be allowed as an expenditure. Like the draconian provisions, you must have delay of 1 day in the case of ESIPF. All these things are there. Now they have given some exemptions under the new law. Then penalty rates. What is the penalties? Now there is a very interesting penalty, large number of penalties. You are getting a loan above 20,000 rupees. You are repaying your loan above 20,000 rupees by way of a cash. There is a penalty under section 271, 100% penalty. You are selling your products. You are getting a cash 2 lakhs rupees and above. That's not allowed. The person giving is not going to be punished. The person is receiving the money is going to be punished. You are selling some product. You are selling it for a cash because you need immediately cash. Then he is giving you, for example, 2 lakhs is the bill or 5 lakhs is the bill. You receive 5 lakhs by way of a cash. You can go to a corporate office, hospitals. They will not get more than 2 lakhs rupees by way of a cash. Because if you receive more than 2 lakhs by way of a cash in the transaction, selling or any other marketing activity, that will be considered as a 100% penalty. 271 DA like that. So you can't borrow by way of a cash, you can't repay by way of a cash, you can't borrow by way of a receipt or sale. So 2 lakhs rupees you have to pay the 100% tax. So like that penalties, you file an income tax return, then in that case, you file but taken for a scrutiny. They finally said your income tax return you are claimed, these are the items not allowed. So there is a two concept. One is under-reporting. By mistake, instead of giving a correct picture, you are given under-reporting. Instead of giving 12 lakh rupees, you are given 12 lakhs rupees as your income, you are given only about 5 lakhs. By mistake, it's called under-reporting. That's only 50% of the penalty you have to pay. Immediately pay the tax. If you pay the tax, that will not be, that will be considered as a waiver. But in the case of another point is under-reporting with the view to making a misreporting. That's the concept. Under-reporting, by mistake you are under-reporting. But with the view to giving a misreport, where the intention is misreporting, then will be 100%, 200% penalty. So many penalties they have taken to streamline who has to levy the penalty, how the penalty can be levied. They are given a full structure. You can read and then you may be getting a sleepless night.
So penalties are higher in this new law.
No, the same law they have given in a form. See, nobody knows how to levy, how that levy will be there in the penalty unless the auditor has come to know the transactions. You file a return afterwards, somebody will take up, they will come. Now, you may not know which section is penalty is coming. You may not understand. But if there is one page, it will be covering all your penalties. Read that one. Because earlier law says you go different sections, identify the penalty. Now, these are the penalties are there. Not attending 10,000 rupees penalty, you are not filing a return correctly, you have a 5,000 rupees penalty. All these things are there.
So from long pending due is there for about 50,000.
Which one, sir?
From long pending due is there for 50,000 and if somehow we are taking the 50,000 by cash. How to get it accounts? Because
Long pending item towards your suppliers.
yes, no.
50,000 is not a problem. It's only loan.
More than 20,000 if is.
That's loan. If it is a loan,
Yeah, that's not. I'm selling something to him.
it is not a loan. You are selling something, you are a customer. But you say that.
Even if it is a loan and it is a long pending due, somehow I'm getting a loan from him for 50,000. What to do?
That's not covered under the provisions. You have to pay 100%. Penalty.
So we are, you should disclose that.
Huh?
You shouldn't disclose that. We are issued.
Not like that. Long pending, what is required is there is a long pending business transaction, there is a section, old section, there is also giving. If you are offering to your income, it will be good. But problem for is many people are long pending offering to the income tax return, not in the GST. GST people will ask, how this 2 lakhs you have received it? Have you collected GST? So there are a lot of problems will come. Better by way of proper records, you will be avoid all these complications.
Write off again and next year I have to receive it so that we can show it as income.
I leave it to you. No, why I am saying is penalty is if you read the penalty provisions, then you will get confused. So I filed my return wrongly, so I am going to pay the penalty of 2 lakhs rupees, 5 lakhs rupees or 200% penalty. Then government give you one window. Up to 4-year previous period, if you have committed a mistake, you are not able to sleep because of income tax will come. For only way is get a good sleep and no restriction in your mind for related to income tax. File updated returns. They allowed you to file the wrong return can be updated within 4 assessment years. Only thing is you pay extra, 25% penalty, 25% things you can pay extra, then you can leave peacefully. But if they come for a search or seizure or survey or recommended, somebody has shown that something it will come to them, it will be a problem. That is why whenever the land transactions are happening, it's a need for every land transaction to be by way of bank transfers. Supreme Court has given an order to all the registrars, even to those who are getting the transfers when land transaction is moving the cash not to be allowed. That is 271 million penalty will come. So there are restrictions. There is a SFT, special where all transaction, financial transaction will be uploaded by the registrar within 30 lakhs and above. Within no time it will go to the income tax department. If you see that your transaction will be recorded on that immediately. There is an inside portal is there, income tax department. They will give you a message, SMS will come to you. You have a specific transaction in your account, please kindly verify your portal. If you are not verified it, you are not giving an answer, you have a responsibility, they will reopen your case, they will ask for all the details. So if any SMS comes, immediately you go and respond for that. So like that, these are the things that happen. The charitable institutions exemption, how their accumulation funds, all these things, they have given a separate this one. What is the idea behind this one? Trust first, scrutinize later. You comply with everything according to the law. We will not come to you, we will not verify you. That is the guarantee given by the finance minister. But if there is a mistakes, how you find my mistakes? There is a risk management system is there in the income tax department. There is a risk management, they are working very hard by using all type of information. Your information in the investment, your travel abroad, all your records, your WhatsApp messages, you are talking to your friends, you are giving your all these things. All these things are subject to verification by the income tax department. Your emails are there, your clouds are there, all these things are there. You can see that you are just tempted, you want to buy some product. You are tempted, if you read everything, Instagram will get the same product in different way. So you go on investing, go on doing that one. Then finally you can see that there will be a, beyond your limit must have been invested, purchased by using the money. You have to deposit the money in that. Whenever you deposit the cash, automatically cash sources will bank has to, necessarily they have the information to the income tax department, what is the whole amount of cash. For example, a fish, I have seen that, one fish vendor, every day he has to pay that one, every collection he has to deposit. Petrol bank, every day the collection has to be deposited in the bank. So they are all covered under that. Some of them are every time they are depositing the cash, withdrawing that. So all these things are now under the scrutiny of the income tax department. Automatically, the risk management are going to verify everything. So this income tax department, now this law is simplified how they are going to verify, how they are going to communicate with you. Then AI intervention. The department is very strong artificial intelligence. In 2022 itself, they have powered the company, they have sent the messages to all the people. You file your return, disclose your income and all these things. That year itself, over 11 million people have updated the returns. Now again, they are going to come out with a very strong AI communications to all the people, all the PAN holders. Some of them are holding PAN, they are not filing a return, all these things. Automatically, their transactions will be identified. There will be a notice will go to them. So if you are not filed the last year return, you can go and file it now with an updated return. You have a taxable income. Otherwise, there will be a huge amount of penalty and other consequences will come. That is why they are using all these updated windows. You can file all your returns which are not disclosed. There is some virtual digital asset, and there is a search and season. There is a specific provisions they have given. All the WhatsApp, all the details, and all the details relating to your accounts maintained outside India, everything has to be identified by them. There is no privacy on that. So what are the provisions? How they are? Earlier search and seizure, each assessment has to go. Now if you have search conducted by the department, it will be easy for them to comply with it. Disclose everything, pay 60%, no penalty, no prosecution, nothing. If you are able to see after the search, I can see that yes, I have undisclosed, these are the incomes are available, I am ready to disclose it. Pay 60% on the undisclosed income, identify the department, no prosecution, no penalty, that's all. No surcharge also. That is the new scheme that's available for that. So extended scope, digital, extra data, statement of under oath, so many things are there. But now the critical shift is understand the new income tax law. That will take time for all of us. Even the chartered accountants are very difficult to understand what is the provisions are there. Provisions are there to identify these sections. For example, chartered of capital gain, we say that 45.1, now it's 67.1. The sections changes, the numbers changed. Simple, understandable. That is the objective they have brought in. And slabs also they are given separately. Rebates, surcharge, all these things are there. So now the new section we have to read and identify that. These are the major ideas. The idea of this, the new provisions are there. We can go on discuss about it, but only is make it simplified, reduce the number of sections. Any person can understand the provisions. This is the idea of this bringing the new provisions. And more or less the 1961 you can see that about 4,000 amendments, nobody can able to read it. Which year it has come, which year it is not applicable, which year. There is now we call earlier assessment year. You are all confused. What is an assessment year? What is the financial year? For example, 31st March 26 is the financial year. For income tax purpose, it is called the assessment year. So now they take everything, they remove it, called this tax year. Whatever tax year, 1st April 26 to 31/3/27 is a tax year. So like that, they have simplified many things. Compliance are very good. The law now they have brought out all the new provisions relating to the filing of an income tax return. Filing it to those who are only other than business people up to 31st July they can file. So they will be easy for them. 31st August, those who are coming for the other than audit cases they can file it. So 30th September trust they file all the forms, tax audit forms. 31st October they can file all these things. 31st November they can go for 30th November for all the international transactions like that. There is a limit to filing. Belated return up to 31st December you can file it. If you file your income tax return by wrongly, you can rectify next year 31st March 27. For example, 31st March, that is the up to filing dates are over. After 31st March, you can 27, you can file the current year return. So many via media they have brought out. Those who are filed wrongly by mistakenly, they can go for updated return. Those who are filed very wrongly for in the case of a trust, they can also, the delay can be condoned, they can go to that. There is earlier it's not delay condonation. And if there is any of the violations, that violation portion also can be, you can tax it, not the entire. The trust need not lose the exemptions. All these things are they brought up. So the number of changes in the Income Tax Act 2025 compared to Income Tax in 1961 is an easy for understanding. Anybody can understand, anybody can file. TDS, TCS very quickly you can file it. Complying with the law is also good. One thing is they expect there should be a complete compliance with the tax laws. Otherwise, all the methodologies like AI they are going to go. Risk management is very clear in their income tax department. They are all well aware of all this technology. They can use the technology, identify the undisclosed income, they make a heavy fine and penalty on that. With this, I thank the organizers, especially Mr. Rajesh, for this wonderful opportunity to share some of my thoughts relating to Income Tax 2025. Please don't forget to attend this one. This charitable institution is very important. Many of you may be as involved with the charitable institutions association. That will be good for you to learn and you can correct yourself in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ramaswamy, for the update. Members, Ramaswamy is ready to do more sessions for us. If you give us any specific topic, and then we will come back to you. Mr. Ramaswamy said about this ATG and Section 12A and the faceless assessment. Recently in the chamber we had it. Our 12A was due for a renewal and we filed it automatically. The audit filed all the papers. But it has come rejected that we are not a charitable institution. We are a business institution. So now again our treasurer Kailash is filing a fresh appeal for that and we are going to, because all this, because of baseless assessment, they are rejecting it. It's happening to many trusts and associations. Even our chamber, this thing was rejected. Everywhere it's happening. So again we have to go through this.
In fact, one person is an ordinary milk vendor. So he came to me, sir, the income tax department has given me a notice for filing of return because of my income is more than 1 crore. I deposited in the bank, so they have decided to pay the after all this tax because there is one provision paid the undisclosed income 60% tax, and there's about 80% penalty also in that. So he came that he asked me, I asked what is that, where is your email ID? I don't know email ID. Where is your PAN number? Somebody has taken PAN number, he used his email ID. He has to go and collect money, collect his Avin booth, everything, he has to distribute to all the people, collect the money, deposit it, and then he has to pay the Avin supplier, that's a government. So that is there. Only collections from different householders. Then I found out then there is so many email mail has gone to that particular person. It has all gone to be wrong. Then we find the repetition stating that the person is totally illiterate. No email ID. If you send him the email ID and all these things to them, he may not have anything to understand. Somebody must have kept this email ID and all this. Then after that one thing again they return back to that, you explain everything. So now we have to explain how many, then there's explanation there, what overall you are, what are the house you are in, what is the street number, what is the things they are asking. So I say that where is that I can go and ask everyone. Only thing is luckily he is keeping that agreement with the army. So that we have explained it, collected, remitted. So both are matching. Please don't consider that these are all undisclosed. Finally, they put some amount of tax they paid and they came
For the registration people, those people used to do that. Collect money and deposit.
They are all covering under it. Not only registration, if you go to Somanur, they will get all the Gada, yarn from the outsiders. They have to make it Gada that cloth. So then they have to pay the coolie wages and everything by way of collecting money. From the somebody will give you, then they have to pay it. They have to deposit, they have to give the money to the other. They found out many times their cash deposited in the bank are covered under the undisclosed income. Explanation is very important.
Good evening, sir. My question may be idiotic or quixotic, but as a common citizen, I want to know. When they're making this amendment, lot of economists and auditors they have discussed and they streamline all these reforms. Now, everybody know the mega mela of election is taking place all over India. There are so many andas, gundas, cookers, everything is given as a free of cost. And even the top man to the normal small MLAs, they are running the road show, they are bringing hundreds and hundreds of people. All these expenses are taking place. It's an open secret. Is there any reforms they made in the Income Tax Act to tax these political parties? How they got the money? My question may be idiotic or quixotic, but I'm talking the practical apathy, the agony of every common citizen. I'm asking this question.
Of course, it's not Indian. It's a valid question. It's a valid question you raised. The problem is the department and the politicians. They know how to manage it. See, you see that in the last election, the election commission must have, I think, about 1,200,000 crores of asset has been confiscated. I have seen one of the politicians came to me, then his friend has got it about 13 lakhs or something he came to me. Then I asked, how do you disclose it? He said, it's my income, sir. I am just going for the car they catch hold of it. And you must have seen that person is taking money of 2 lakhs and going to your hospital the money has been confiscated because it stand before the police station instead of going to the hospital. Then later they are going, see, that is the system is not working properly, that we can't say anything on that. These are the system because these are that at least reasonably people can comply with that. That's the only thing. For example, a businessman, he want to go to IPO. So people now going for tapping the outside sources. He's having about 10 years of experience, 20 years of brand value, good value and everything. They want to go for tapping the general public funds. Now there is an IPO, routes are there. So he has to disclose everything. He has to hold completely has to give the profit for about 5 years or 10 years. He has to keep the profit in a high rate. Then only an investor can invest. So these are the people who are going like in a correct way. But unfortunately, this political system has to be considered overall. That is why now ED, CBI are running behind so many people, but unfortunately nothing is happening.
The draft we saw, even if you go to a saloon or even shaving razor, we all shocked to know those times, about 6 months back. How it has come in this year.
What is it good?
All your even smallest expenses also can be monitored.
After the beauty parlor visit can be monitored.
That's very interesting. I am telling you, what is the digital economy as on today? You just walk through the Avnashi road. After this demerger, you may be very thirsty. You want to take one overnight. வண்டி நிறுத்தி அள்ளி கேட்குறீங்க 5 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி அள்ளி கேட்டால் நீங்கள் பயிற்சி சில்லறை 100 எடுத்து 30 ரூபா கொடுக்கணும் அது கொடுக்கணும் சில்லறை கேட்குறீங்க. இப்போ நீங்கள் போகிறீங்க போகும்போது என்ன இருக்குது நீங்கள் வந்து ஐயோ சில்லறை கொண்டு வரலன்னா அவன் எடுத்து ஸோ கவரிங் எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சர் போயிருக்கு உங்கள் ஃபோன் நம்பர் போகுது உங்களுக்கு போகுது அக்கௌண்ட்டுக்கு போகுது. ஸோ இப்படி போயிட்டே இருக்கிற போது என்னன்னா இந்த மாதிரி இன்க்ளூசிவ் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணியாச்சு. ஸோ ஒவ்வொரு வெண்டார் இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய பேர் நல்ல கூட்ஸ் விற்கிறவங்க இல்லைங்களா அவங்களுக்கெல்லாம் இன்கம் டேக்ஸ் ஜிஎஸ்டி நோட்டீஸ். இப்போ நிறைய பேருக்கு அவன் எப்படி அந்த கியூஆர் கோடு அவனுடைய இன்கம் வருது 40 lakhs 50 lakhs வந்துருச்சு.
என்னன்னா சர்ச் இன்ஸ்பெக்ஷன் அதுலலாம் they can go to the extent of what you spend.
Correct.
How you spend.
Correct.
Even for the saloon.
Sir, your bank accounts are there. If you are giving saloon, you are giving that your checks are giving your income. Otherwise, you can say I am not doing it, like me.
What Mr. Sundar Singh has written payment are all cash payment. What about the newspaper advertisements, full page, double page?
So there is a need for all candidate has to give their accounts. There is lot of revisions are there. When you are giving an account, one MP is got to say only about 15 lakhs or 25 lakhs or 50 lakhs. For each constituency, one MLA has to spend not more than 50 lakhs. You think not more than 50 lakhs?
Election related is okay, sir. What about the congratulatory wishes? What you might have been seeing for the past few days? Full page advertisements, double
It
page.
does not come out individuals. Your expenditures are
No, by the individual political party persons.
Correct.
That is also covered.
Whoever paid the tax, the check it will come out automatically. It will come out.
But slowly the scenario is changing, sir. In Bangalore, slowly people are not on the roadside. People are not accepting the GPs. They want cash because
Their accounts are going, no, verifications.
they have got GST notices.
GST notice they are
Yeah.
received.
So slowly
You go there.
from digital economy we are going to the cash economy.
Digital economic fraudulent is there. There is a chain of hotel by one person is holding. So there is every hotel there is a manager keeping the QR code. So that morning he will go to the owner will go by 8 o'clock he will go to one hotel, second, third hotel, fourth hotel. Is routine to verifications. Digital economy is working. He is very happy. Then suddenly he found 1, 2, 3 hotels not able to get the regular income. So what is happening is morning முதலாளி வரும்போது எல்லாரும் அந்த QR code. QR code, QR code, QR code. முதலாளி போனா அடுத்து அவருடைய QR code. That is the fraud is now happening. Fraud is happening. Huge fraud, sir. Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. So regarding that, that cash payment of 2 lakhs which you said, it's very common in businesses when we raise bills for more than 2 lakhs, suppose a 5 lakh bill. And it is also a common practice that, as you said, we might not receive 2 lakhs or more than 2 lakhs in a single day. But there have been cases where we receive part payments of sometimes 1 lakh, 1.5 lakhs over a period of 1 week, 10 days, 15 days. So we close the bill by taking cash of 1.5, 3 times or small in multiples. And is that okay?
No. You are raising a bill for about 10 lakhs, right? So initially that person is giving you 1 lakh cash. So you will come pay next week, come on 1 lakh. Then after that we give 1 lakh. So 10 lakhs will give different occasions for 1 lakh, 1 lakh.
Below 2 lakhs any amount.
No, that is for 1 lakh I am saying. So the law is very clear. If you receive the money by way for cash, aggregate or one occasion for one event.
One
So
person,
that can be added everything.
sir, one person also is covered. One
One event.
event.
It may be a multiple payment, but if it is exceeding 2 lakhs, that's the problem.
How do we control that? A customer.
Yes, you have to request him to give by way of a check. You are liable. You are liable for that. See, the idea is there is an unaccounted money flow is coming. At least they want to make it up to 2 lakhs. You do unaccounted money. If it is more than that, you have to get by way.
It's already there.
We are raising a proper invoice. We are accounting every transaction. We are depositing it in the bank.
That's all true, sir.
It is about the money coming in.
That's it. Only thing is you have to earn money. Where it is coming, who is giving, all these things identity. That's why they want to make it a check by way of a check or transfers.
Is it true that this year winter they are asking the IP address of the system? Is that
Automatically IP address will come. When you
you have
upload
to
the
mention the IP
return,
address? So
automatically IP address will come.
you can check in by any desk also, you can come and check everything.
So the
There can be spider also, they are using a spider without our knowledge, they can come and see our system also.
They can do that, sir. If you have any doubt, they can have a right to verify all your records.
டேலியில மாத்தினாலாம் அது திரும்ப பார்க்கலாம். அது வந்து
No, ரொம்ப நாள் ஆகுது. Audit trial.
Are you trying for private limited, but also for home?
If there is a search, then automatically they identify when is your entry has been passed.
Thank you, Ramaswamy, once again. I request Pradeep to propose the proper voter. Thanks.
Good evening all. On behalf of Indian Chamber of Commerce, I express our sincere gratitude to the Lord's people, Shri G. G. Ramaswamy sir, delivering such an insightful presentation on importance of Supreme Court related cases regarding capital fees, capitation fees, capital gains, guidance on the time limit for the property, taxation, deduction, TDS, TCS, tax rates, cash levels, etc. And the new Income Tax Act, and Mr. Sabri had a few suggestions on presenting on gold. We are working on it, sir. Once it is getting done, we'll get in touch with you to get further input. And your presentation on the subject was very deep, and it was very helpful for our members. So thank you very much once again, sir. And regarding the phone, sir, Narayan sir asked an important question on how we can trace it. So once a phone is getting cloned, Google is recording all the places where we visit. In case if he really needs, he can trace even where we went also. So that would be easy. When he said cloning a phone, it is nothing like that. Your data is totally gone. And the next one is, I request all the governing council members and the special invitees to join the dinner being hosted by the following members: Dr. S. Rajendran, advocate and tax consultant; Shri N. Sukumaran, partner, Nikon Civil Tech Private Limited, Coimbatore; M.V. Ramesh Babu, partner, Paramount Plasters; K.R. Suresh Babu, president, Coimbatore Sanitary Ware Dealers Association; Shri Shafiq K., Joint Secretary, Coimbatore Malihe Vyapar Hill Sangam; Shri Kishore Kumar, Secretary, Coimbatore Timber Merchants and Mill Owners Association. I thank for their sponsors, and I also thank them for hosting this event. Thank you. Join the dinner. Thank you.